cover is all black with no writing.
Censored by radio.
Anything. And the front cover is the one way it was supposed to be.
It was supposed
So
to
you
have
know that I'm not in the
pictures.
band. So
Yeah,
you don't know that
Steve's
I'm
in the band, in case anyone doesn't know.
How do you guys feel about the gig last night?
It's pretty good.
I've always been a fan of Power Outage.
We didn't think
Power, yeah.
we didn't think we played that well. I don't think.
I thought I had a great time.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't
fun
know.
start.
It was too bad that it wasn't like a little bit more structured, but
And the crowd seemed to enjoy it.
this
That's for
crowd was
sure.
having a good time. It was-
Did you expect that many people?
Well, we were warned that there might be that many people. I didn't know what to
Actually, one might
expect.
be more.
Because the last time we played up here, there weren't nearly that many. I mean, I didn't get the impression last time we played here that they could have that many, but obviously the scene's growing quite a bit.
What made you get booked in a VFW hall instead of like a club in Boston?
Alberile.
No, it's basically I think just so it'll remain all ages and
Also play by we'd be in charge, like be
you know with
we'd be in
clubs you just have
control
to.
opposed to clubs. Also, Al's really good about usually throwing,
I
getting
mean,
things care of.
clubs
so.
are often a lot
Yeah.
smoother and just a lot easier for the band to deal with. But just if you want certain things, to go. If you want to make sure kids can get in, and then there's not going to be a bouncer problem, all that kind of stuff. Then off in a hall is the best thing to do.
How about DC? How is like the clubs there? Do you have any problem getting booked there, or how's
Well,
it
wait,
work?
there's essentially
There's
one
just
club.
Only
club
one
now.
club,
What club's that?
9:30,
Uh-huh.
and we can play there anytime we want probably because I book like these hardcore matinee things on Sundays,
Every
every other Sunday or whatever, or whenever, maybe sometimes once a month.
it's
But
just they're not
I
that
just have to be-
often though.
like I'm pretty good friends with the owner lady, so I can get a show there usually.
Uh-huh.
We have no problem. We can't. It's too small, but we can only pack it. Only get about 300 people in there, and we usually we draw more than that down there now. So we played. Last time we played was last week Friday. We played at Wilson Center. I think there's about 500 people.
It's a
there.
hall under a church.
It's great hall too.
How about the West Coast? Have you been out to the West Coast?
Yeah,
Yes.
we went last summer. It was pretty good.
Yeah, everywhere's real great.
Played in a few big places, a few small places.
They really
In a backyard outside.
That was interesting.
they really don't have they don't really know the meaning of straight edge out there in California, do
Yeah,
they?
I think they do. I think,
Well,
and,
I think it's known and misunderstood.
They know
What
it.
does the meaning
It
is?
means
Sure.
drinking
Well,
milk.
They've heard of it, but they don't really know what the meaning is supposed to
Yeah,
be.
they don't.
They
They're not
Your
aware.
system.
Well, I
they don't go by it. Let's say.
Oh,
Some do, some don't.
Yeah, but
It's
just
not.
knowing-
It's
knowing
not
it-
really popular.
Just knowing about it doesn't mean you go by it.
It's really not a popular.
Because we get like a lot when we play like the song "The Straight Edge."
Uh-huh.
We get like a lot of calls. People want it to be like clarified. Just what is it? I mean, how did you guys come to be straight edge? Were you always straight edge? Did you ever like
Personally, I've always been straight.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, that's just personally. But when I wrote the song, was just out of it was just an idea of just trying to put across the idea that if I'm in control of my facilities, then I'm responsible for myself, and that if everybody could be in control of themselves, then it would be a lot.
And you have the edge on somebody.
You have the edge.
You have
And
the
that's-
upper hand if you're in control and if you think straight and your judgment's not clouded by.
More than it is a song of we're not telling people what to do. It's more of an anti-obsession song and pro-positive thinking. And that's basically what straight edge is. It's not it's not a movement. It's just an idea. You can take it or leave it.
do all the members feel the same way?
Yes.
Yes, most definitely.
Was there ever a time where you just like I don't know, when you were younger, that you just kind of went crazy with alcohol and
not
everything?
crazy.
No,
I mean,
Personally, I never did any
we
of that.
all have.
No, sorry.
We all have drunk. We all have at one point in our lives, drunk liquor, and some of us taken drugs of some
Yeah, I mean,
sort. But
Right, but
straight edge is not. I mean,
no, it's not a result of 3 years
Wasn't-
spent in
Mindless living.
mindless days.
Right. And straight edge is also like your outlook too. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
way you look at the world, and if you have a positive outlook on things, and you don't let things get the best of you, whether it be alcohol, drugs, religion, sex, whatever, all those little things, then you can conduct your life probably. You can go after your goals and really succeed.
The song was written as a result of the way after watching my friends, like when I went away for a year, I moved away from Washington for 1 year. When I came back, all my friends and all were total freaks. That 1 year, we just turned 13, everyone immediately became drug addicts. So and I missed the boat, and you know I wasn't there, so I don't know. You know, I came back straight, and I was always straight, and I just happened to get a different perspective where I get to watch all my friends, you know, just do the stupidest thing. I used to sit in the park with like all my best friends and watch them one by one just pass out by just drinking grain alcohol, just drink till they pass out. It was like every night. It was a non-stop thing, and it was just like really, it was, I don't know, just a result of that, and that's where that's where that whole thing came from. But I mean, I drank when I was 12, but only like once or twice, but I drank a lot. A glass of everything in this friend of mine's bar. We just drank everything, and he got pretty fucked up, but I guess.
So that's what the thing is, though. Like a lot of people like misunderstand the straight edge. They think, well, like these guys, Minor Threat, they never took a drop of alcohol in their lives. I mean, it's what it is. It's just like it's not like taking over your life.
Right. I mean, I still drink beer once in a while. I just keep it in its place. I mean,
as long as you don't abuse it, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, personally, I'm probably around more, alcohol and drugs than most people who drink, quote unquote. I've been, all my life I've been surrounded by them, and I'm still am. In general, I see them all the time, so it's nothing new. And not like, we're virgins to the world.
Ditto.
What when you were like growing up, what bands did you listen to?
Beatles.
Yeah, I started off with the Beatles and
Hendrix,
Yeah.
Janis Joplin, and
the whole '60s
Steppenwolf.
thing,
Steppenwolf,
all the heavy metal, and then the
Santana.
Led Zeppelin.
It was played with Santana.
I started right out with the Exploited.
That's the first thing you heard.
Moved on to the Defects, Chaos UK.
Eat Coke and
That's
smoke
about all I
Marlboro
listen to
Boys.
nowadays. That's about all I really care about.
He was
Yeah,
born
it's
in
your
safety
life,
pin in
right?
his
You don't much care about nothing, do you?
Nothing, no.
Don't if I die.
You're on the door.
What do you think of the rest of the scene in the States right now, as far as music?
There's good and there's
A
good.
lot of really good music, and there's some of the worst music I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
But that's
Some-
probably the way it
some
is,
stuff-
no matter what kind of music
a
you're
lot of
talking
good.
about.
There's a lot of bad.
Could you give us
it's
some
kind of
examples,
good and
Jeff?
bad,
I can give examples of good, but the bad is
Not
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 something
not
to,
very
not-
nice.
not something to nitpick.
Not
I mean,
subject of discussion.
every city has its really, really good bands. I mean, you can just name a city and you can name a band that'll apply.
Name a city and we'll name the band.
Yeah.
Boston.
SSD.
Control.
Chicago.
Chicago?
Effigies, Articles of Faith.
Articles.
Effigies are great.
How about the Midwest?
Negative
Negative
Approach,
Approach.
Necros, right. I hear this band Fade Unknown. I haven't seen them yet.
But,
What should we look for as
What
far
about
as
the Slammies
DC?
in
Like
Akron,
we've got one album from DC that's got quite a bit of airplay on our station, Scream. Like any other bands that have coming out of DC lately besides
Faith's got,
Scream?
well, I mean,
the
Faith's not new.
Boy.
They got a lot more songs. There's a new band,
They have new
Marginal Man.
guitarists too. Marginal
Yeah.
Man's great.
Marginal Man is
Insurrection.
3/4 of Artificial Peace.
and the
They're all
GIs,
bad.
the government issue will have a new thing coming out.
On Fountain Youth label.
Right.
It's a different label, and then
A fine label.
that's fine label. And we had also a lot of new bands coming out of Northern Virginia, which is like right outside of
Which is
Washington.
Not DC.
Which is, so they make the distinction. It's really they live probably they live like 5 minutes from DC, but it's like Scam and
Body
Immediate
Count,
Disease.
Underground Soldier.
great albums.
United Mutations.
Oh,
my
shit.
neighborhood.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, basically, I mean, the good and the bad. I'd say the bad bands are the ones that just don't even really think about what they're doing and what they're saying, and just sort of do it.
I mean, after all that's really is important is how fast you
Is
can
how
play.
fast you can play.
Anyone knows that. I don't really think
How
it
you
needs
do
to go
not
into
like
depth.
Jocks and such. Just
I think topics that have never been touched on before in punk rock should be explored. I think among those topics,
I hate
government,
Mom and Dad.
religion, and parents are very important.
Got against Ronald Reagan.
I think those bases should be
Nuclear
covered, and I'm
war.
glad somebody's doing it other than us because it's too much of a responsibility.
Let Hagen and Hagen
Let,
fight World
yeah,
War III.
forget World War
World War
III. Let's draft.
Well, what kind of band do you
Really
consider
hate-
yourselves as? Just like a manic rock and roll band or a punk rock band? I don't want to
Mosh.
label you at
I don't
all.
know. I guess
Well,
I mean
it's not a rock
I'm
and roll
tired.
band, I
I'm
don't-
tired of the punk label and the hardcore label, but
Well, what is punk? I mean, punk is just like
I mean,
rock
that's
with
meaningless. I don't know. I mean,
with
I'd
what
say it's-
political lyrics.
hardcore.
Huh?
It's like
No.
rock with political lyrics. That's what a lot of
Punk
people
is not
consider punk.
necessarily
No,
political.
No,
I would
sorry,
say
no,
we're
sorry,
not
rock.
political.
I would say,
Well,
and you couldn't
you're
even say
saying not-
meaning, and you might say fast just rock with meaningful lyrics, but it's not
Pitch
even that. I mean,
track,
there's
post
rock
thrash.
and punk with stupid as shit lyrics.
I consider myself.
The thing is that the whole, to me, rock and roll and being a rock and roll band implies that you are into the rock and roll thing, which is entertainment for entertainment's sake.
Yeah, and
And
working
you're
the
just
bars.
work the bars, and you cater
Make
to a
it.
group of people. You make things so general that everyone can get into your party
Start out by
message.
playing other people's songs and stuff, and like
Covers.
you know, it's basically a more of a career oriented thing.
Like Stepping Stone.
Yeah, sure.
No, that
Except that
Be a
we
stepping
adapt to
stone
that.
to-
Stepping Stone has a lot more meaning. We didn't do that.
No,
I mean
Stepping
like
Stone.
Our
I'm
stepping
sorry.
stone.
Uh huh.
To our Stepping Stone.
Yeah.
No,
Stepping-
it's like a stepping stone.
No, he's referring.
Like your Stepping Stone. Yeah, your version.
Oh, our version.
No.
Well, but the reason we did Stepping Stone and still do it is because every band in Washington at
That
one
was just
point
at the
did
time
Stepping-
where it was just like
Everybody did it. You
Great
didn't. You
song.
weren't in a band if you didn't do
it was
Stepping
just like a thing we were all
Everybody.
doing. It
and
was a
my
great
let me
song.
say some
Everyone
interesting
enjoyed doing it.
versions
It's
festered out of
hilarious.
that, huh?
There'd be a big show in DC with all the DC bands. Like
All
hear
the
about
Stepping
8
Stones.
versions of Stepping Stones that night.
Most of them were the same.
So when I think that we're not a political band, and that our lyrics are not political in the traditional sense of political, but they are socially political
In
terms of
personal.
personally political. That's such a thing. And as far as the music goes, I don't think it's worthwhile to classify the music. I mean, you just have to hear it. I don't think there's any.
Minor Threat.
I mean, Minor Threat. That's what it is.
If you had to classify it, I guess you'd call it hardcore, but
Yeah, but you'd call it rock music because that's what essentially it is. I mean,
Right.
it's just not rock and roll. It's not rock and roll in the rock and roll media sense.
And supposedly at one time you were going to go to the school.
Yeah.
Wanna
Yeah,
tell us-
accepted here.
You did.
Yeah, I came up to.
but you didn't accept them.
No, I came up here. I was like, I would have gone. I was really interested in Boston, and the main reason I came up here, I wanted to see was like the big thing was whether or not there was like a music scene for me. Cause I was in the band then. When I came, it was there was nothing. It was zero, and I came here as a matter of fact to take a tour of the school. And I walked in the office and I said, "Hi, I'd like to take a look around the school." And the lady said, "Go ahead." And so I walked up the stairs and walked out, and that was it. There's like no tour. I thought I could meet someone. I tried to thought I didn't know what to do. And that's the only school I got accepted to. But then Brian's talking about going here too now.
Yeah, I go to. I'm a proud graduate of Emerson Preparatory School in Washington, and I wanted to look for a college with the same name, so I wouldn't have to transfer any of my stationery or anything. But I haven't really investigated all that this school has to offer.
We are
for
gonna.
me.
I think we can unveil it now that all of Minor Threat will be attending Emerson next year.
Next year,
We'll be-
As
can
freshmen.
we can say that definite now? Is that
That's official.
all right?
We'll be the house band.
Yes.
Great. We get to play all the frats and stuff.
Well, the only other band we had out of Emerson, I guess, was Negative FX.
Never really had Emerson. That's
Yes.
great.
And they're doing their last gig pretty soon.
With Mission to Burma. That was our
Yeah.
show, and Choke stole it.
There's 2 nights. Maybe you could get the second night. Is that
No,
possible?
we were supposed to play
We'll be
this.
on
That
tomorrow.
was supposed to be tonight.
Uh-huh.
That's the reason we came up. What originally happened was the Mission to Burma guys called us up to ask us to do a show, and we said yeah, but the money was kind of a little wishy-washy. So I said, well, I called Al up and said, Al, I don't feel right playing the Mission to Burma show for $650. For a lot of people are going to come see us at the show, and I said, let's set up a
That's the
hardcore.
ticket price.
It's $650 the ticket price. I
Mhm.
said, let's see if we can set up like a hardcore thing or something. And he said, sure. And so then I called them back and said, oh, by the way, we're playing Friday night too. And first I guess they would have gone along with it, but then the promoter guy or whoever's on the hall switched the night. So I got stuck with going just the one. But it was actually really, really
So we're gonna
worth it.
find that guy.
Yeah.
You never played with Mr. Burn before, though. This is like the first
No,
time.
I
they
saw
asked
them
you.
once with Black Flag ages ago.
This-
I picked up their new record. I like it.
Well, they came to see you last night.
Did
They
they
did?
really?
Yeah, they were there.
Or Clint did.
Oh,
Well, Roger
Mr.
was
Burn
there.
was
yeah.
there?
Oh no.
I did not know that.
I did see Mr. Burma.
Roger was there.
No, Clint and Peter.
Was that the guitar
Roger
player?
Miller.
Clint was
yeah.
there as well. Yeah.
Right.
Guitar
Roger
player?
Miller.
Is he a guitar player?
Uh-huh.
The guy whose ears are going all bad?
Right.
That's really sad.
Yeah, well, it was pretty cool they asked us to play. I was really looking forward to it.
we
I was
were
hoping,
all really excited
and I
about
thought
it.
it would have been really cool to be able to play with them because, I don't know, at first, a long time ago, a long time ago, they were like not a band that I was I mean, I don't know their stuff at all. To tell you the truth, I've never heard them or anything. I saw them once with the Peppermint Lounge, like I said, but I didn't like them that night. I mean, I was there for Black Flag, so you can understand it. But besides, when they, it was pretty cool. They asked us to come up, and we did want to do that, but it's the breaks.
Yep.
All right, where do you play next? When's your next gig?
We have
March 11th in
Richmond.
next Friday.
In Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Richmond, Virginia. Well, we're playing. Actually, another reason we came up here is because we decided. Al brought up the point that if we came here, we're going on a tour all the way around the country. We're going down to the south and come all the way back up through this way. And Al kind of pointed out that if we played here after two months of touring, that probably wouldn't be on real keen. Probably be kind of burned out. So it was good to get here. We started a tour here last year.
It was basically
anyway.
selfish on Al's part, because he just wanted to see us when we were good, not when we were bad.
Uh-huh. Al of SSD Control was speaking of.
Yeah, right.
Oh, who else?
What an asshole.
Leave them.
SSD had, they looked, before they came on stage, they looked like they were so psyched up for a show, like more than any other band I've ever seen. They were just like intense, and unfortunately they had a couple
sound
problems.
problem was the big one. That kills that kills the whole set right there.
You could just see like Springer building up aggression on
Oh
stage.
no! And then he came back. He came back after the first power outage, and it was obvious that he was just like
He was down to his last homemade shirt
That
already.
kills. When we had.
He'd already stripped
The
down.
Stooges shirt was gone by that
sorry
point.
about that, Springer.
We were pulling the plug. We didn't want them to get too much,
So he came out between outages to write some
He
more.
just had the meat going on by that point.
Yeah.
No, that kills when that happens. It's like the whole rhythm just gets shot right there. When we break strings, it's just like it drives me
Strings
crazy.
and chords. And
It was strange that it happened right as what they're doing Walking in the Sand, and right where it went from slow to fast, the vocals cut.
yeah.
Oh boy.
How
But luckily,
bizarre.
Luckily.
SSD will be playing soon, right?
Is that a shame of things to come?
It's all cry. Oh well.
Well, the basic problem here is that Al doesn't like to play live.
What's
I
that?
hate to ruin that for
Al's
him.
a studio man.
Al's a studio man. He doesn't like to play live. So-
Really? Well, he should play in. Maybe we should convince him to play for ERS.
I think we're gonna unveil it. Al's gonna be releasing a solo album.
It's got Rick Oxack on it.
Uh-huh.
And
He
Daryl.
plays bass.
Yeah, Al's playing some bass.
He's playing piano.
Yeah.
The first side is the sound of his
Tesco's
van
gonna be on the trumpet there.
running,
Tesco,
Alone.
Tesco was really excited about
pitch
it.
transposer.
Echoplex.
No, what happens is we go, we play,
Pointed in Kansas.
we play March
Somebody's
11th.
basement.
Recording Camden. Shout out stuff.
We play
Bald man.
we play March 11th in Richmond, and
With no straight
then
edge.
we come back and get the records because they're being delayed, and then we leave the following Tuesday or Wednesday for Nashville, and then we don't come back. I mean, we go for 2 months.
You ever planning to go to Europe?
Someone wants to give us some money.
Yeah,
We're ready
Yes.
to go.
we're
We'll pack
all
our
ready.
bags.
We're we're
Dog
This
clippers
summer
are ready
stuff.
for the
Anyone who wants
Mohawks.
to put up the big money can set up some kind of tour thing out there, put a record out there, and we're ready to go. You can get in touch with me, care of Discord, 3819 Beaches Street, Washington,
Alright.
D.C., 20007.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up, guys, and
sure.
we hope to see you back soon to Boston.
Oh, by the way, one thing about the cover, the back is
Okay.
going to be black, but it's going to.
That's what
It's
we're calling it. Backs
350.
black.
It's $350 postpaid through the mail, and we're going through like incredible. We're going through all kinds of stuff to keep the price really, really low, and it was gonna be on the back. So hopefully the store to keep that low. So
What's the cover going to be like?
The
Do you guys want to say anything about
the
it
cover
now?
is
this
the
this is what the cover looks like right
It's like
here.
a big
See
square.
that? It's beautiful, isn't it? Real nice. The yellow isn't like it is on here, but you no. What it is?
What is that?
our
You
viewers-
heard a sheep or something?
I don't think our
the
viewers
record's called
can see
Out
it.
of Step, and you can probably
You'll figure out when you see it.
Here, you can probably
Real-
see
real subtle.
Here. Let me hold the camera
It's
up here
7
against the shirt here.
It's 7 new songs, and Out of Step was like
remix version.
A new version
A
of
hot
Out
new
of
version.
Step.
And of course, it's featuring the new bass player, Steve Hanskin.
Steve Hanskin
Oh, right.
is here for Steve.
Yeah.
Steve Hanskin.
With strings hitting pickups all the way through. It's,
Yes.
No,
it's
but,
a great version.
It's 3. So don't
It's
if
50. You know, it's 50
Oh, so
cents.
if anyone tries to
50
charge,
cents postpaid.
if anyone charges over $4 or $4.50 for it, you should be a little bit.
Pay no more than $4.
Take the
more
record,
than
crack it over their
Actually, pay
head.
no more
No,
than
yes.
$3.50. But
I mean,
you
don't,
may-
if it's $4, don't get mad at the
I mean,
store
come
because
on.
they might not have been
the
able to
tuners
help
might
it.
have been full of them.
But if
just
it's any more
if-
than that, you should
If
be
you don't, you know, you
suspicious.
can get it for $3.50 from
$8.
Discord. So
I say nay.
And if you would be so kind as to just to drop the name of the store and how much you're selling it to, if it's like incredibly much,
Down to
we'd
Discord.
appreciate it because we'd have to deal
You
with them on
just
a
bust the place
personal
up.
basis.
Of course, the address isn't on the record, so
We'll
you
send
guys-
We're
out
taking
down
an
there,
incredible
bust them up.
loss to sell it.
like
we're,
this.
we're
So-
stupid, basically.
It's really dumb. We're selling like a
Too
12 inch
low.
for like too cheap, and it's
Ian's popping his cookies.
I'm throwing chunks.
Horrible.
Throwing
Got the
junk.
cake, Ian?
Horrible.
Anyways, we've had a wicked good time.
Wicked good time.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thank you.
Be good. That was the Minor Threat interview. We'll be hearing something from the latest EP from Minor Threat in just a second. What I wanted to play for you is they got around the piano here at WERS and they gave us a few promos, and what you're about to hear are a few promos from Minor Threat, and on piano, by the way. All right, well, now some promos. You guys ready?
Oh.
Party.
Bye, mate. Let's do a party. What are we promoting? Our record?
Party. Hold on.
The one for WERS.
Go like this.
88.9.
Hold on.
Do you like stepping stone?
Do that? X did this. Go ahead. Give it a shot.
Oh, it's X did it. Oh, damn it, we gotta do
She
it.
can't play piano.
What are we doing?
WERS
Bye.
88.9.
Huh?
WERS. You're tuned to WERS in Boston.
Play something a little
It's my
punkier.
threat.
Do you know Melody Lee?
You know Melody Lee?
Melody Lee. WERS.
Party!
88.9.
Bye-bye.
Minor Threat.
Oh, we're
Minor Threat, by the way.
Threat.
I thought for,
What a great promo.
yeah, hey. Hey, can we get a couple copies of that? Oh, I should hope so. Play something
Or
good.
Minor Threat, not us. No.
No, do a real one. It's good. I'd be psyched.
This is Minor Threat, not LA.
Not meaty disease.
We're gonna do it over, guys.
Okay, well, we gotta figure
Play
it out.
something good instead of
Yeah.
stepping stone. Play something you play all the time.
Play done on it.
Oh, no, you do?
Oh, yeah, you can do a loop
I'll
back
do no. I'll do no question something.
It's in,
I know how to do it. I know what to
This is WERS.
do. No, I know how to do it. But I got a much better one. You do it. Go ahead, start.
Uh-oh, it's not pressed yet.
Like
We're Minor Threat. And not only is there no place like home, there's no place like WERS in Boston.
This is
I did during the thing.
let's make traffic sound.
Hey, first of all, I bet that piano's gonna be a lot louder than you already do.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Take a mix.
hold on. I'll do the. Let's be the cars. Meow. Beep 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 beep.
Excuse me, sir. Where's Hollywood and Vine Streets?
I'm sorry, sir. This is Boston, not LA.
We're
We're Minor Threat. We're tuned to WERS in Boston.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
We're Minor Threat.
My name's Albarile, and I want to welcome you to the Hardcore Lounge.
My Springer and God, I wish I could do his voice.
Springer.
Well, we've got about 20 more of them. We don't want to wear them out, but Minor Threat did some great promos for us. And we're about to hear the latest from Minor Threat, titled Out of Step, from its title cut from their latest EP. Actually, it's 3 songs, and they actually do not want to reveal this, but the other 2 songs, it goes from Out of Step to Cashin' In to No Place Like Home. We'll be hearing that right after this.
Hey, Springer, if you write on one more of those T-shirts, I'm gonna kill you. But Mom! Ow! My tooth!
This is Curtis's show, and we're Minor Threat. We're here at WERS Boston.